Hey guys, welcome back. No Scotty. Yeah, I'm in a face mask. I'm on a cleanse. It's 2021. We didn't have an episode of Double Agents last week, which threw us off. We thought maybe our TV was messed up. They didn't have it. Episode 4 was on tonight, and if you've seen Big Brother and you've seen Fessy on Big Brother, then you didn't think he could top the stupidity, but he did. Yeah. But it was still pretty lit. It was cool. It was a really good episode. It started off with we still don't know what's going to happen with Michi's partner, Liv, because she hurt her arm. Nicole obviously was already gone. We knew that. So we were waiting to find out that. And when we get to the challenge, we find out that she is not medically cleared, so she's not there anymore. Michi is now a free agent, and he did not get to compete in the challenge. This is the first time Tori and Devin are going to work together since he infiltrated and took her as his partner. That she's so happy about. But it works out for them. You'll see why. So this challenge was weird. They've never done a challenge like this before. It's very, I don't know. I guess some people might find it cool. They had drones, and one person had to fly the drone, and the other person were the eyes, so they had to kind of tell the person how to fly it. And they were in these caves, and they had to fly it to this code, and then they had to decode that code and put that in at the fastest time. Turns out the fastest time didn't matter because the only person that finished was Devin and Tori, so they automatically won, but they were pretty fast. They surprisingly work well together, even though they can't stand each other, so that's cool for them. So then we're like, okay, what are they gonna do? Because they're both working with different sides of the house. Like, it's like, are they gonna compromise? Like, who Tori is working with, Devin is against. So that sort of is like, I don't know what's gonna happen. And basically, it came down to them all not knowing, is this going to be a male or female elimination? Two girls had just went home. So Nelson, in deliberation, basically spoke up and was like, it's going to be a male elimination. Like, we know this. And everyone's like, we don't know that. And technically, they didn't know that. It was technically supposed to be a female. It was like the girl's turn, I feel like. But it ended up being a male elimination. So basically, there was a bunch of drama that sort of happened with Josh. Surprise, surprise. But it was between Josh and Jay because for whatever reason, in his drunkenness, or he claims he's just been feeling this way, even though Casey is his number one and she loves Jay and she trusts Jay, and Jay seems to be gunning for Josh. He decides he can't trust Jay. He doesn't for Jay. And everyone's like, okay, so he basically comes at him sideways, and Jay's not really having it because Jay's really nice, but he was like, you're not going to talk to me like that, basically. And Josh is like, well, I don't even really want to talk to you. And then they tried to work it out the next day, and Josh still wasn't having it because, what was it? Today or yesterday was Josh's birthday, and hello, Capricorn, he's stubborn, he can hold a grudge. Does it make sense? Not necessarily, but is he going to do it anyways? You bet your butt. So there's that whole drama. So the names that are being thrown out since Devin is in it is like Josh, because they had a fight, Jay as a possibility, Nelson, and I think Tori was in deliberation. They're sort of talking about it, and they're like, well, if it is you, Josh, do you have someone you want to go against? And Jay's just sitting there like, he's going to say my name. And for whatever reason, Josh's like, I'm not going to say any names because I'm not going to go like that, but you know, whatever. And so the house ends up voting in Nelson and Amber M, this little Amber. And so people are like kind of surprised, especially because Tori and Devin got to see who voted, and they were like, basically all their friends voted them in. This is great. What does that mean for me in the future? But so then when they get out there, Tori sees that it's a hall brawl, and she thinks it's a girls' elimination, and she is pretty confident she could take on little Amber because Tori can pretty much beat anyone. She's tough. She's strong. So the idea of going against someone small that's never done it before, she's like, I want my gold skull. So she was all about it. And we're like, okay, she's going to go in. But then Devin was like, I don't want to go in because I think it's going to end up being me. And I already have my gold skull and I don't want to go against Nelson in a hall brawl. I don't want to go in. And to my shock and everyone's shock, Tori, well, first of all, she tries to ask like TJ, like, well, we can't really make a decision if we're going to go down there if we don't know if it's female or male. We would need more information. And TJ's like, I'm not going to tell you. You either going to do it or you're not. She's like, and Devin's like, I will get you your school. Like, don't do it. So for whatever reason, Tori doesn't go against Devin. I think it's because she knows that then he would disagree with her, which ultimately they'd probably have to go down because that's what's happened in the past. If they disagree, then they have to go in. But I think she just didn't want that chaos, and it is still a little earlier. So she's like, okay, there'll be another chance. I still don't even know if it would be me. And so to everyone's shock, Josh is like pumped up, ready to go in, and Nany's looking like, okay, I guess we're probably gonna go in. Tori says Fessy and Aneesa. What? Nelson is good friends with Fessy. They are like in an alliance. They're like brothers, like they're friends. Why would they want to? They want to go against each other? Why would Fessy want that? And you think, okay, well, like Aneesa and Tori are really close. Maybe it's Aneesa that wants to go down. Apparently it was Fessy. Fessy asked for it. He wanted it. He's like, it's a hall brawl. That's my thing. I don't care who's down there. Like, I want my skull. It's $1 million. I want it. You're just like, Fessy, no one will trust you. Everyone will go against you. Like, what are you doing? You'll lose a friend. I just don't. It just was so the wrong time, and he felt like it was his time. And Tori and him, for whatever, there was a side moment where he's admitted he's attracted to her even though she's engaged to Jordan, which now in real time, their engagement is broken off and they're not together. There was no look of them hooking up, but yeah, definitely Tori and Fessy have a connection. They're friends, whatever. So she did that for him. Maybe also looking out for Aneesa and the possibility. TJ says it's a male elimination. So it's Fessy versus Nelson. Corey is pissed. Kyle would love for Nelson to knock Fessy out. He's still holding a grudge. And basically it was Nelson held his own like he always kind of has in these sorts of things. You would think Fessy had it in the bag because he's got like 50 pounds on the guy, but no, like Fessy did get 2 points. So, you know, he got the first point and then he got the second point, and the first point was so close. Like you couldn't tell. They had to call it and it was Fessy. And then the next time, I mean, Fessy was fighting dirty. He was ripping off the front of his face guard and like just literally like, wow, like you really don't care about your friend. And like I get it, it's a competition, you're in competitive mode for sure, but like he just, the whole point of him going down there was just like, this is hello. I felt like having watched him on Big Girl, I'm like, this is deja vu of like, you think you're being big and bad and doing things and you're really just sabotaging yourself, and you look like a fool, and you go from being so attractive to like, no, I just can't get with someone that dumb. Like I don't know if like maybe he's solidifying his future on the show. Maybe he wants to be a villain on the show. I don't know. He could have solidified his future on the show by being friends with them. They've both been on the show for a while. Like that could have been a thing. Or he just wasn't thinking. I really think he wasn't thinking. I don't know. He was just being selfish, like they said, and it was like so abundantly obvious. And so Fessy does win. Nelson is heartbroken and devastated, but like basically said like, you know, it sucks that I had to lose a friend tonight, you know, but good luck to everybody. Like, oh, like, geez, like that's crazy. He really, I don't know. I haven't like kept up to date on social media on that. The only thing I've seen up to date from this episode was Tori saying, just because Fessy admits that he's attracted to me does not mean I cheated on Jordan, which it doesn't, but we still don't know any of that. So that is what that is. But then it comes down to, okay, Nelson's going home. That means Gabby, I don't know why I said that. Amber is a free agent. And Fessy can either stay with Aneesa, go with her, pick everybody else except for Devin or Tori. And in typical Fessy fashion, he decides to do this little speech about, I'm sure I'm going to get taken eventually, and I don't want to leave Aneesa with a bad partner, so I'm going to pick to take Casey. Which further pisses off Josh, who was already mad at the fact that he wanted to go down there. He told Fessy that. Fessy didn't care. They're supposed to be in a Big Brother alliance. So he felt like he took his skull, and then he takes his number one person, and he just screws everything up. And Casey's kind of like she didn't really want to be thrown in the middle of that either. And Fessy just like, and you know, Kyle yells like, Aneesa, I told you he'd leave you. Da, da, da. And you know, Aneesa's like, yeah, it is what it is. Like, so then Aneesa gets Leroy, who is Casey's partner, which is cool because Leroy got to pick between Amber and Aneesa, and he goes with Aneesa. Obviously, she's a vet. He knows her. We haven't seen Amber do anything, so we can't say that she's not good, but we can say that Aneesa is, so that would be why he picked Aneesa. And so now we leave this episode, and Fessy is partners with Casey. Amber is left, and Michi was left, so now they're partners. And then Aneesa and Leroy are partners. I don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of tension. I think they're going to go back to the house, and S is going to hit the fan. I really do. I think Fessy has dug himself a really big grave. I just want to root for the guy because I think he's attractive. I love Big Brother. I think he's a great competitor, but he's just like, when you let him think on his own and you get his ego too big, he's just shoots himself in the foot. And I'm just like, that was crazy. There were so many, it was like he made a dumb choice, and just solidified, just blowing up his whole game. And what he doesn't understand is this, or maybe he does, but you would think he doesn't understand, this is going to carry on. Like, Nelson and Corey will be asked back. They will not like you. Josh will not like, you are digging yourself a grave for not only this season, but every other season. You have your gold school now. It's still early. Someone could take it from you. You can still get sent home. You might not even run the final. Like, we'll see. All I know is this episode was crazy. It was good. It was worth the wait. I'm going to wash my face mask off. And you like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm going to deal with my crying babies as well. I will see you later.